Nathan Sports Dogs, episode 12. The NFL draft is right around the corner. And as you guys can tell, it's the mock draft episode. I've been hyping this up for a while, and it's finally here. I've got my mock draft right in front of me, and we're going to go with who I selected. Some big trades I think will go down. Who's going to be looking to move up, move down. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what I predict in the coming weeks will happen at the NFL draft in Detroit, Michigan. Now, I'm wearing the Justin Jefferson jersey because I think this will be a big draft for the Vikings. However, I am a Lions fan at heart. So, just wearing it, supporting my guy, helped me win at least a second place finish in my fantasy football league championships twice. So, we'll get right into it, though. No time to dilly-dally. But don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what your thoughts are on some of my draft picks or what else you guys think will happen and what you want me to see. Let's get right into it. I think realistically the board is going to shape up the top. At least the top pick is going to be how everybody expects. They moved Justin Fields out of the building. The Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams. That's a no-doubter there. That's 100% expected. And I think he's got the best opportunity as a rookie quarterback to come in. He's got Keenan Allen now, DJ Moore. He's got DeAndre Swift. He's got great weapons, and that defense continues to get better. This is where I think the board gets a little shaky. Do the Commanders go with Jaden Daniels or Drake May? I really think Drake May is a better quarterback. They've already proven to take UNC quarterbacks. I think they go Drake May. They let him go. He's really the best primed potential guy to really just slide in and start. And that goes to pick 3 now to the Patriots. Where can they go Marvin Harrison? Do they go Jaden Daniels? Well, I think when you move Mac Jones, you're set up to take a quarterback. They go Jaden Daniels, the third best quarterback on the board. Now, I think it's going to take some time for him to get going, but I like the pick for the Patriots. And that leaves us to pick 4, where a lot of people speculate that the Minnesota Vikings will move up to try to get that 4th quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. However, I don't think the Cardinals are in a spot where they want to move down, or at least rather the Vikings are in a spot where they want to move up and potentially sell their future, where they're at a point where they need to get as many picks, as many young players into the organization. Thus, the Cardinals stay. They get Marvin Harrison Jr. to be their wide receiver 1, and that'll really please Kyler Murray. Now you move down the board to the Chargers and you look at the new coaching under Harbaugh. I think he starts at the offensive and defensive line. Thus, instead of going with receiver, they let QJ cook and they go Joe Alt to protect Justin Herbert. And furthermore, they'll look to draft a running back. I predict probably Blake Corum in the late 2nd round since it is Harbaugh and he's used to Corum's playing style to fill the Austin Eckler role. Then you move on to the New York Giants. I really think that's just a pick that everybody expects. They try to hit on a receiver. They go Malik Neighbors, the best receiver left on the board, and you just try to get Danny Dimes some weapons. Then you move on, and this is where, I think the heart of this draft lies is in the offensive linemen. The Tennessee Titans, I think, will go with Fashanu. They're going to take somebody to just protect, whether it's Will Levis, Malik Willis. We'll see what they stick with. Then the Falcons, they go the first defensive player off the board in Dallas Turner. They try to get some edge rush. I think they could go receiver here to just get another weapon in the building for Kirk Cousins, but I think they're looking more defensive side. They feel like their offense is in a good spot. And then the Bears are back up. You get your franchise quarterback, at least what you think, and you get a good offense already set around him. They look to defense, and with Dallas Turner off the board, I think they look to edge rusher still. I think they go Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida State. I think they prefer him over Latu. I just think that's what their mindset's going to be. They like his size and versatility. They'll draft him. And at pick 10, I think the Jets can go in a lot of different ways. But I have the New York Jets getting Brock Bowers, the number 1 tight end in the class. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. He slides in over Tyler Conklin. It's just another weapon for Aaron Rodgers to use because they've already got Garrett Wilson and now Mike Williams in the building. I think instead of going out and maybe drafting a wide receiver 3, you go and get a tight end that you can consistently put on the field. And Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends. Now we get into pick 11. The Minnesota Vikings back on the board. And I've got the Vikings getting J.J. McCarthy without having to move up. I don't think any team beyond the Patriots are going to be looking QB, So I don't think there's a need to move up. You risk someone else jumping you like the Denver Broncos. However, I think they stick and pick get their guy of J.J. McCarthy at pick 11, and they're happy with that to give Jay Jettis and Addison some guys to throw, or a guy to throw to them rather than Sam Darnold. Then we move to pick 12. Denver just saw the top 4 quarterbacks off the board. I think you've really got not a complete drop-off. I like the quarterbacks early second round, but I think they move back just because they don't want to reach and they can get some more draft capital. Who moves up, you ask? I think the Dallas Cowboys move all the way up from pick 24 to 12 with the Denver Broncos. That trade, don't necessarily know the exact details, but it's going to be a big haul for the Broncos. And Dallas moves up to get Dak another weapon. Why not? He was great last season with CeeDee Lamb. Why not give him Rome Odunze? That's right, the number 3 wide receiver I have going at pick 12. When Dallas moves up, I think it's a huge, big-time win-now move, especially because Dallas did nothing in free agency. Then we moved to pick 13, Raiders, who realistically could go quarterback. Still, I like the addition of Gardner Minshew. I don't think they think quarterback. They go offensive line with Fuaga. Then we have a trade up with the Bengals. They trade up with the Saints to draft a corner in Teron Arnold. I think they need more corner depth. I think it's a good move, especially because the Saints want offensive linemen. They'll move down because there's plenty of offensive linemen in this draft. Why not get more draft capital? Then we move on, pick 15, Colts stick and pick. They go with Quinyon Mitchell, the fastest corner in the draft out of Toledo. Like the chances there. Colts really could use some DBs. Then at pick 16, I've actually got the Buccaneers moving up with Seattle, who it's kind of the same deal with the Saints. They want offensive linemen, move back in the draft, get some draft capital. Well, the Buccaneers move up to get a Latu, who has been slipping in the draft. Why not bolster that defense and try to maybe be competitive this year? Then we move. Jaguars get Johnny Newton, the defensive tackle, first one off the board from Illinois. Saints now picking at 18, get Fuatanu from Washington and a big offensive tackle right there, protect Derek Carr. Then the Rams are up. It's been a while since they've picked in the first round. They go Nate Wiggins, another corner out of Clemson. Then really 2 offensive tackles will go back-to-back. I think Mims goes to the Steelers, protect whether that's Field or Wilson, keep those quarterbacks healthy, and then followed by J.C. Latham, from Miami, or to Miami from Alabama. I think that's just a move to protect your franchise guy in Tua Tagovailoa. Then you get the Eagles, and they're going to go Cooper DeJean. Why not bolster that secondary? You could use some help. They do that. Then we're back to the Minnesota Vikings. Pick 23. You address the offensive side. You get a quarterback. I don't mind the offense there. Let's go to the defensive side. I think they go Byron Murphy II, the defensive tackle, replace Danielle Hunter, who you lost in free agency. Might as well get better on the defensive line. I would have liked corner here, but DeJean going off the board really makes it weird. Then pick 24, Broncos move back. I think they feel comfortable now taking Michael Penix Jr. to lead the offense. They'll take Penix instead of Bo Nix. I think that's just an interesting pick from Sean Payton, and that's what they're going to do. They move back to get an early second rounder. They reach a little bit, but they feel more comfortable there, and they get more draft assets. We'll quickly wrap this up. Graham Barton, offensive center, goes to the Packers. They might kick him to guard. Jackson Powers Johnson moves to the Seattle Seahawks, who had moved back, so they get better on the offensive line. Then Cardinals are back up. They address the defensive side of the ball now, which needs a lot of help. They go with the edge rusher Chop Robinson out of Penn State. Then the Diggs trade happens. Here are the Bills. They go Adonai Mitchell. They get a big body receiver to replace Stephon Diggs and hopefully be the future wide receiver 1, followed by the Detroit Lions, baby. They're going to go corner. Kool-Aid McKinstry's there. Very versatile. We've seen what they did with Brian Branch. They're going to love the versatility that Alabama secondary players bring into this defense. Then the Ravens get a steal here. I think they go big body receiver. They've gone speedster in the past. They've got the speedster they drafted last year. So now they're going to go Brian Thomas Jr., who has been falling, the wide receiver from LSU. The 49ers go Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle. And to round it all off, the Chiefs get a steal in the fastest receiver in the class. Xavier Worthy falls to the Chiefs, a huge weapon with Rice maybe not playing next year. Well, that's all the time we have, but that's my mock draft. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Was I wrong? Was I right? What do you guys think? Let me know. And I'll see you back for episode 13 next week. Have a good one and enjoy the upcoming NFL draft.